Alert! ISIS planning attacks in Chicago, Toronto, and Geneva. What's going on, guys? MaKaElectric. It is Saturday, the 12th of December, 2015. We'll get back to the Jericho report at some point, but now I got another Operation Blackjack warning for you. Be advised, special attention, my friends in Chicago and Toronto. Geneva was put on high alert Thursday after reports about the presence of a Paris attack suspects in the region. The level of vigilance in the city has been raised and more police have been put on the streets. That's what's going on in Geneva, but they're saying they found evidence that there may be attacks being planned for Chicago and Toronto. This is an Operation Blackjack warning video response to my last. It's crazy that I got to put out these warnings every other day, but that's how fast this information's. I think as we become closer to the event that I fully believe is going to happen at some point. Just my opinion. You know, we're just seeing more and more news. They're telling us what they're going to do. It's a psychological operation to prepare the people. Look at this. Toronto and Chicago, huh? Just so happens, you know, the second link below will be to an Operation Blackjack slide that shows Toronto being one of the cities that's nuked in Operation Blackjack. Now, below that, locations nuked in Jericho. Chicago just so happens to be on that list. Please pass this information around, people. I fully believe that they told us in that TV show years ago what they were going to do. And then Operation Blackjack came out, which is pretty much the same scenario, nuclear false flag. You know, the targets are a little different, but it's basically the same thing. I got a bunch of news to give you here. We are close to something. ISIS may have passport printing machine and blank passports, says U.S. intelligence, December 10th, 2015 from ABC News. I believe this will be the cover story to bring in the RFID chip. Because now the enemy, the so-called enemy, it's all Al-CIA to me, but the so-called enemy now has, you know, document print. They can forge documents. Perfect documents. So, you know, you need to put this chip in your hand so that we know we can trust you. That's where all this is leading, in my opinion. I got a bunch more stuff. This comes as this bizarre news. Theft of dozens of propane tanks and purchase of 150 prepaid cell phones in Missouri put FBI on alert. We got propane tanks missing. We got disposable cell phones being bought up in mass numbers in Missouri. I'll put this link from RT. I'll put a backup link from GLP thread. It's still growing at this hour, 13 pages. 8 locations in Missouri sell mass quantities of cell phones plus missing propane tanks. A lot of good information over there. Shout out to the app on that thread. Now, be advised, my friends, in Florida, illegal immigrant of United Arab Emirates arrested in Florida for possession of ammunition. Not sure if that means anything. I think they said he didn't have any guns, but just heads up. And look at this. Alert on this one. I mean, from Breitbart, illegal aliens busted in cloned Border Patrol vehicle. Cloned Border Patrol vehicle. Take a look what they found inside. Are you kidding me? We got Trump is wrong. Meanwhile, on the other side of the pond, Trump is wrong. We can't wear uniform in our own cars. 5 police officers claim Donald Trump is right about parts of London being so radicalized they are no-go areas. Put a link to that. We got from Investment Watch. Is all this an inside job? I believe this is all Al-CIA. Not to say there's not some real terrorists in the world, but I'm not really worried about them. I'm worried about our governments. I'm worried about the CIA. Look at this. NSA and CIA contractor says U.S. Mercenary group carried out San Bernardino attack. There's been a number of eyewitnesses come forward that say, you know what? The people that they killed are not the people we saw shooting this place up. Kraft International, anyone? You tell me. And look at this. Why is it Homeland Security shut down investigation into Farook linked Islamic group to protect civil liberties of potential terrorists? They shut down an investigation into the so-called San Bernardino shooter because they were worried about violating his civil liberties. Meanwhile, they'll trample all over the Constitution, no problem. I got another one here. Look, Jeff Sessions exposes Ryan McConnell's plans to fund Syrian refugees. It's going to be jammed right through. This is all an inside job, people. What is it Nazi Piglosi said years ago? You have to pass it to see what's in it. I'll put that link. Tell me your thoughts. Meanwhile, you know, I'm sure I'll be accused of being anti-Muslim, but I'm absolutely not. That doesn't mean I don't see the Muslim agenda going on in this country while they constantly demonize Christians. Look at this. Are they going to establish a caliphate in the United States? Long-term, Muslim population in U.S. to double by 2050, study shows. Tell me your thoughts on that. Meanwhile, the people in the United States are continuing to push back against the Muslim agenda, especially after Donald Trump came out and threw his fuel on the fire. Person of interest in mosque fire detained. This is out in California. I think a mosque was intentionally set ablaze. Meanwhile, Muslims are irate that Muslims are irate when they see this sign posted in a Wisconsin store window. December 29. Let's see, what does this sign read? Muslims, dress, speak, and conform to USA standards, or don't come to USA or get out. Signed, the people. You know, people are definitely pushing back. Look at this. I'm sure that will be considered hate speech, and you know they're going to censor the internet sooner or later. They're already doing it slowly. I think Mark Zuckerberg came out and said he's going to take down anti-whatever posts. Now look at this. Google's chairman says he wants to censor the internet for hate speech. I'm sure, you know, Loretta Lynch will be involved in that. You know, I'll put one link at the bottom. While you better not say anything bad about Muslims or Islam, they are putting ordinary, everyday Americans, and we don't know how many or who's on it, but the no-fly list or terror watch list. Look what happens when the DHS official gets grilled over due process. Take a look. If you're someone who gives a damn about your freedom, you need to pull that video up. It's 2 minutes, 25 seconds long. Listen to what the DHS has to say about your freedom and liberty. Please tell me your thoughts on this. Please rate this video. Please pass it around. Make people aware of this stuff. These are crazy times, and for people not aware of the Blackjack scenario, I will put those links at the bottom. That is the multiple city, multiple country nuclear false flag attack printed in the Telegraph years ago. Entirely fictitious, yet there's a slide in there that reads, "This is not simply entertainment." Crazy times, people. You guys have a good weekend. Please share this information. Stay safe. I will see you on the next one.